What up, YouTube? This is Team Judgment here. We're coming at you with a zombie deck profile for the July 2014 ban list. The ban list didn't really affect zombies in any way, shape, or form, but I just thought I'd bring you guys a list just to show you what I've been running. I did take this to my small locals, and I did manage to beat Mermals and Dark Worlds with it, so it's fairly competitive in that aspect. But without further ado, we'll get into deck profile. 40 card main deck and 15 card extra deck. I think I'm running one proxy in the main deck and one in the extra deck, but I did print those cards out, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem if you're looking to play the deck. So yep, let's start off with the main, but in my opinion, the best zombie monster. Triple Mizuki. Mizuki is a really simple card. All you do is effect states you banish this card from the graveyard, especially summon that one zombie type monster from your graveyard. So this and any other zombie type monster in your graveyard really does help. It allows you to go from so many combos. You want to foolish this to the graveyard sometimes. You want to you want this card in your graveyard. It's dead in your hand or your deck. You just need this card in your graveyard. Next up, something that most people play 2 of, but I choose to play 3 of, is Triple Plague Spreader Zombie. Now I know most people do play 2, but this is a Synchro Turbo deck. You go into Synchros fairly easily with this deck. And Plague Spreader Zombie, you want to have the third Plague Spreader Zombie because you just need to go into the Synchros, and once they're gone, I'm not playing Burial from Different Dimensions simply because I do not own one. So once the Plague Spreader is gone, it's gone. And I just really feel the need to have the extra Plague Spreader to go off in our plays. So Triple Plague Spreader Zombie. I know some of you may be a bit what the fuck on that, but still, Plague Spreader Zombie at 3. Next up, Double Zombie Master. The Zombie Master, in my opinion, is a really good card because it allows you to ditch dead cards that would normally be dead in your hand to your graveyard to make them live, and it also allows you to special summon from your graveyard, which is never bad in any deck in Yu-Gi-Oh! So Zombie Master is a really good card, and also it's an 1800 beta, which does help because if you don't have any targets in your graveyard, you can just summon it and play the grind game, if you will. So double Zombie Master. And next up, for the floaters or the store cards, I'm playing 1 Goblin Zombie or 1 Pyramid Turtle. Well, Goblin Zombie is in here because it searches, Pyramid Turtle because it special summons, depending on what your opponent has. And what's nice is opening this and then setting it. The opponent would think of 10 different decks that you're playing before they eventually arrive at the conclusion that you're playing zombies. They'd think you're playing Hands, Mermels, or Gigi or something else like that, but they would never think zombies. It really does help with the surprise factor. Goblin Zombie searches a card, and Pyramid Turtle is a special summon, so it's really good. Both really good cards in their own right. Next up, the last zombie type monster we are playing is 1 Endless Decay. Just because special summoning it off Pyramid Turtle is broken. It's a 4K beta. It really leaves your opponent in a hard situation as to what to do next, and it does force them to waste a lot of resources trying to get over it. So it's a really nice 4K beta in the early game. So that is it for the zombies. On to non-zombie monsters. 1 Dark Grepher. I don't feel the need to run this at more than 2. 1 is fine. It's nice. It's here as a tech card. You can ditch Malicious to special summon this card because Malicious is definitely dead in your hand. It's just a really good card. 1700 attack, and you mainly use it for its Foolish Burial effect, as in you just discard 1 Dark Monster to send 1 Dark Monster from your deck to your graveyard. So Dark Grepher is a good card in this deck. So you normally send Plague Spreader Zombie or Malicious from your deck to your graveyard. Speaking of Malicious, this is my first proxy, guys. Hope you don't notice it's not too bad, but that is a proxy on the right. Yep. Triple Destiny Hero Malicious. It's a really simple card. Banish it from the graveyard, special summon out another copy of itself from the deck. So drawing multiples is really bad. However, drawing 1 and a discard outlay like Destiny Draw or Dark Grepher is actually really good because then it allows you to set up for plays, level 8 synchros, which can be really powerful like Beelze and Void Ogre Dragon. So Destiny Hero Malicious at 3 is a staple in this deck. It helps, it's mainly here to go into your level 8 synchros. Now that Beelze has been released in Premium Gold, it does help go into that, and it does help go into your powerful boss monster, which is now Beelze. Okay, for the last 3 monsters I'm running are 1 Dark Arm Dragon. Dark Arm Dragon it's easy to bring out because you have copious amount of graveyard manipulation, whether it be banishing through Mizuki or special summoning out from Zombie Master and Plague Spreader. You can easily control the number of dark monsters you have in your graveyard, so why not run this? It's a really nice boss monster, and I also am running Double Effect Veiler because I just don't like effects, and hand traps are always good. So that is a monster count. Onto the spells. Triple Mystical Space Typhoon. It's just a good card, destroy back row. Double Book of Life. I'm not running 3 because this early game is really bad because your opponent has to have a monster in the graveyard in order for you to activate it because you target their monster first. You target their monster and then you target your monster. But It's just a really good card. They have to have a monster in the graveyard for you to actually activate the card to get the special summon off. But any mid to late game, this is just really, really good. The only other problem I have is that I'm not running enough zombie targets. I think I'm running 12 zombies, and in a deck with 40 cards, that's not always enough. So that's why I have 2, not 3. So double Book of Life. Then I'm running lots of one-offs, guys. A lot of one-offs. Start off with Lure. Draw power is never bad, and you're running 13 dark targets. 1 Destiny Draw to send Malicious to a graveyard. Nice keeping that in your hand. It helps recycle Malicious and +2. 1 Soul Charge. Obvious reasons. I didn't want to run 2 because life points are a thing, and life points do eventually get depleted. Is how you win the game. 1 Foolish Burial because you need Foolish. Send Plague Spreader, Mizuki, Malicious, any one of those 3 to the graveyard. 1 Book of Moon. Staple. 1 Dark Hole. Staple. And 1 personal take of mine is Forbidden Chalice. I know people might be a bit iffy on this, but I just like this card in any deck. I just wanted to test it out, and it's been working out pretty decent for me. So Forbidden Chalice in this deck. So that is the spell lineup, guys. Alright, next up, on to traps. Sorry about the camera, okay. Traps was fairly straightforward. Double Blackhorn. You know what this card does. Double Breakthrough is better than Fiendish right now. Breakthrough is just a really good card. You can use it twice. Breakthrough skill. Guys, check out any other deck profile on my channel. You'll get the explanation. Breakthrough skill is better than Fiendish Chain. For the battle traps, I was running 3 of Mirror Force before, but now I cut it down to 1 of each, 1 Deep Prison and 1 Mirror Force, because I just like to have that variation in like battle traps. Like this nukes fields, especially with spam decks, and this just banishes monsters like Gruffer and reoccurring monsters that would otherwise be bad in the graveyard, or bad for you, good for your opponent. And then 1 Call the Haunted, just to add to the graveyard manipulation, 1 Torrential Tribute, 1 Bottomless Trapple, and 1 Solemn Warning. So that is the trap lineup, guys. It's fairly simple. As a 40 card main deck, onto the extra deck. Let me just double check this is 15 cards. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep, 15 cards. Second Proxy, Goya Guardian. The ban list, actually I lied, the ban list did help zombies because Goya Guardian came back, and Goya Guardian does definitely help the deck because you can go into this so easily with Plague Spreader Zombie in any level 4 in this deck, and it's just a boss card. Goya Guardian is a really good card. This is a proxy, guys. Should be getting my real one in soon. My friend has one and he's going to sell it to me for proper cheap. Goya Guardian is a really good card in this deck, and it's very easily brought out, and 2800 attack for level 6 is just good anyway, and plus its effect is just mad. That is 2 Viking Harders, because with the current meta with Hands, Gigia, Mermails, etc., negating effects that you destroy by battle is really, really good, and Viking Harders does it well, and you can bring it out pretty easily. So those are only 3 level 6 synchros that I run. So that's it for the level 6s. On to level 8 synchros. I'm running, start off with the non-zombie related ones. 1 Cluster Fighter, 1 Scrap Dragon. This combo off of BLs is just really good. 1 Stardust Dragon, for obvious reasons. And then double BLs of Diabolic Dragons. And 1 is Proxy again, guys. That is BLs. But, yeah, but I finally managed to get 1 in, actually. But this is just a really good card. Your opponent eventually has to find a way of getting around it. It cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. And it's 3000 attack, 3000 defense. It's just really good. And as well, 1 Void Ogre Dragon. This and BL's out of the field at the same time is really, really good because you can just negate anything your opponent tries as long as you have no cards in your hand. Void Ogre Dragon is a really good card. If you want to pause it here, I think you should be able to read that effect. The quality is good enough. It's a really good card. Void Ogre Dragon, I really like this card in that deck. I really like that card in this deck. And BL's too. BL's Void Ogre and Strap Dragon are like the MVPs for level 8s. On to the XYZ portion of the extra deck. Start off with number 101. Diamond Dire, Black Ship, Steel Swarm, Cowboy, and Maestroke. I would be running an X tonight. I would probably swap out the Diamond Dire rule for an X tonight if I had one, but that is the poor man's tale. So Diamond Dire Wolf, Steel Swarm Roach, Black Ship of Corn, Gege Cowboy, and Maestroke. So that is what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 extra XYZ monsters in your extra deck. So that's been a deck profile, guys. It's been a short deck profile. This deck is actually surprisingly good. I'm being serious. Like I beat quite a few meta decks with this deck, and I'm pretty proud of it. I really like zombies. If you know me, you should know that I'm playing zombies for ages, and it's just like one of my favorite decks of all time because zombies are really, really cool. No, but seriously, guys, zombies are a really underrated deck, and I think if you have the funds or if you have the cards just lying around, I think you should give them a try. It's fairly budget as well. No cards in here that are really expensive. Even the extra deck, Beals is only like, what, $10. So, thanks for watching, guys. Team Judgment here. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and just signing out now. Bye.